The question of streetlight cameras has pitted privacy rights advocates against those who see the cameras as a vital crime-fighting tool. On Monday, the City Council voted 7-2 to allow San Diego police to move ahead with a plan to install 1,000 cameras in 500 places around the city. Councilwoman Vivian Moreno voted in favor. She gave the example of a woman who was murdered in 2019 while working at a Church's Chicken in Otay Mesa.
Without the footage from the streetlight cameras, it would have been impossible for SDPD to solve the crime. Now, with this technology, her murderer was found, arrested, and sentenced to 146 years to life in prison. And this is just one example, but there are many others that also demonstrate that this technology has a critical role to play in solving crimes.
Streetlight cameras were used in San Diego in the previous decade, but they were put off limits to police in 2020 due to concerns about privacy and equity. Police and those who support the cameras say there is no reasonable expectation of privacy on a public street. But others argue these cameras are able to peer into private places, and many people simply don't trust the police to use the cameras in the public interest.
They will only use this to continue to harass Black and brown peoples. So I'm gonna try to give y'all experience. With this technology, the police no longer has to sit and wait for me to drive by them and stalk me like a killer on his prey. All they have to do now is rely on the tech to pinpoint me or others that look like me who are caught in the wrong communities.
City Councilman Sean Elo Rivera was one of 2 votes against the police department's plan. He said the council needs more time to examine it and to make sure that there are enough safeguards to protect law-abiding San Diegans.
I do not feel like I can go back to the folks in my community and say, don't worry, this data and this technology is in good hands. And it's not a slight at SDPD. There's too many unanswered questions here.
Most of the public comment heard on Monday was opposed to the use of streetlight cameras, but ultimately the cause of law enforcement and the testimony of crime victims won out. One woman told the council that her younger brother was murdered in downtown San Diego, and the killer was caught when a camera revealed his identity.
He had the perfect crime until he walked 7 blocks down G Street and took his mask off in front of the smart street camera to reveal his face. For a whole week, my family waited in fear and agony as my brother killer was still out in public walking along our city streets. Finally, we got the call that he was caught.
San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria tweeted his support of the cameras shortly after the council's vote. With the mayor's approval, San Diego police can begin working with vendors to set up the system and begin using surveillance video from streetlight cameras. Thomas Fudge, KPBS News.